Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. It has been a shockingly long time since I last played some Ost-War. The reason is I've just been so bloody busy. It's been surprising. The reason being I've just had turns coming in from one Pacific left, right, and centre. They've been fun turns. I've been really quite drawn to them. And then I've been playing Grand Tactician Civil War, which is a good game. I really do enjoy that, actually. Hey, didn't I call it? No, I feel pretty well. Managed to catch up with sleep, which is nice. Hey, didn't there, Vulcan? Good to have you, my man. But no, I appreciate that, Connor. Much, it's actually really sweet, to be honest. That's really sweet, the concern you show. I imagine you're a nice guy, a person, and an even better lover. Right. I'm sure you're fine as well there, Vulcan. I'm sorry, that made me laugh entirely too much there. Right, I recall, I believe we had just entered into turn 3 then. Seems that way, I believe so. Try to recall now, we had just begun. Had we been busy? Oh, I think we were busy over here, weren't we? Yes, that's what we were busy with. I'm going to go ahead and quick save here to see if it works. We had some problems last time for some reason, but it seems to be working again now, which is good. I wish the game would be stable again, it'd be nice. But hey, what can you do? I had a comment actually asking me what turn the finish become available, and I can't recall. I think it's either turn 4 or 5. I know it's not the early turns, but I know it's not too far away. Can't recall exactly what the exact date is on that. Right, so we do have a routed unit over here. Let's see. Well, they're going to have to march over here to head that way. I do have that call then. So, what I could potentially do then, I think I'm going to use the security forces here. They've been cut off now. At least a turn. At least a turn. It would be easier to use one of these divisions to just take them out, but I want to get the divisions marching. What I'm going to have to do then is just concentrate the actual security forces then. I may even just leave them another turn, really. I could probably take them. Probably. But I think I might go ahead and just use a division here then, just to make sure it's actually done quickly. I can concentrate the actual security divisions then. Yeah, probably better off just doing that. So they routed there. Yeah, they're gone. Okay, there we go. Right, that's not too bad then. So I'm going to have these actually combine once again. Okay, there we go. And we'll quick save there. So we'll work on the north. And move south then. Right, okay, so that does ease things then. I'm gonna end up walking past that unit, marching past that unit there, so that'll be dealt with. So really what we need to do then is figure out how we're going to break the Pskov line. I'm glad that things are actually working out in terms of actually saving, so that's quite handy. So we do need to break the Pskov line. We do have the actual swamp over here, we do have a forest over here as well, which is not exactly great. But the interesting thing is these Soviets, and I do remember actually commenting on this last time. They've gone for a forward line, which is very interesting, but it's... If we take a look at where they're actually... taken route, I mean, you can see that they do have, what, clear terrain here. There's some forest, like light woods over here. We do have a town over here. Defenses, that's interesting. Defense, I never actually looked into that. I wonder what that could actually mean there. Interesting. There's a few things I do need to look up in this game. One, the East and West are probably games I know the least about in regards to Gregory Grisby's games. This is why I'm looking forward to one of the East 2 so much, is because it's like, with it being new, with it being obviously the hot topic of the day, but the fact is it's going to have the mechanics that I want from one of the West, it's going to have a setting that I want in one of the East. I'm looking forward to seeing what the production is going to look like. Then I will definitely pay more attention to learning the game mechanics, like the deeper mechanics. I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, they're taking routes over here, and it's not exactly a stable position as far as it goes. They'd be better off just sticking along against the riverbank. That would be a superior position for them, really. Okay. Now, I do have this core, and I did have forces, so we should have the second army. So the second army is unlocked right now. So we have 50 administration points. There's a couple of things that we need to do. We do need to make some big decisions each turn, really. Let's go headquarters then. Go here. Go to army group. So yeah, we have army group south over here. We have army group Antonescu. And this is it. I've got to go ahead and figure out what I can do here to actually alleviate the strain upon army group south. But in fairness, it could be that rather than actually spending the points, I think there's a couple towns around Rostov that we do need to secure. I can't remember exactly which ones they are, but I think they're around the sort of area of these certain towns we need to secure. And that will actually give us another army group, which we could use there. Where do you plan to deploy the second army? That's a good consideration then, indeed. Army Group Center has 6. Army Group Antonescu, but I think this is it. It's a long way until I get to that point, so I think what I'll do then is... we do have 11th Army here. I believe I'm going to have Army Group, sort of the 11th Army, placed under the command of Army Group Antonescu. Actually, I say that, I can't actually do that right now. Which is interesting, to say the least. Unless I have them change manually like this. I could have them change manually like this, but I can't for some reason change the army, which is an interesting one. I'd rather pay the points to change the army. The swamp is an awful place. By the way, there, welcome, Spiraling. Good to have you, my friend. I don't know if I've had you here before, but welcome. I'm sure I have. There's certain people that I see on certain games, which is always an interesting little note there. Regarding the actual swamps over here, I might have one unit move through in the near future, but I don't think it's going to be any sort of main priority. The reason being that once we're around it over here, we'll have it all taken automatically, and I don't have to waste my time moving through. Fuel's not bad over here at all. We do have enough to break through this and move on towards Smolensk, which is very nice. I'd very much like to try and pocket these units. The issue is the southern front over here is not exactly great. It's not exactly very... It's just not very nice moving through. We've got the swamp, we've got the forest, we've got the rivers. Major rivers here as well. The north's not exactly ideal. But what we'll be able to do then is drive through over here to Pskov, drive through here north... Well, just towards the Vitebsk, along the actual Smolensk land bridge. I could try to naturally pocket these forces around BLeAcHACiD, however you want to pronounce that. Ah, that's cool. Welcome, my man. There's a reason why I moved over to Twitch. Hopefully people don't mind it as much, but if you're not following me here on Twitch Spiraling, I'd much appreciate it if you did. And that goes to everybody who's going to be watching this video in the future. Okay. So let's go ahead. We need to go take a look at where the rails are. You got it. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Right, so I had done the rail line movement, so that's good to see. So that'll be going to Riga next turn. What I need to do then is actually take the infantry and get them marching. I do have the 9th Army, here we go, which is under the command of Army Group Center, so AGN, I should say, Army Group North. So we can have the 9th Army move up this way. 16th, is it 18th? I always forget which way round. 18th, yes, 16th and 18th there, so 9th, 16th, 18th. So we'll have them move through here. It's good to have a 9th Army. As far as it goes for the 2nd Army, I think I will probably have 2nd Army attached to here. I could have them attached to AGS, but the issue with AGS is because this is such a very large battle space. They're not going to really be in a position to contribute all that much. But I could do with actually having that punch to make, to make good on this area over here, really. The Panzers won't be able to keep up. They won't be able to keep going forever because obviously they do need that fuel. So that's where the infantry come in handy. And we do naturally have a bit of a pause regarding the actual infantry in this sector due to the fact we do need to tie up... Well, we do need to destroy these forces here. They'll be able to begin moving forward next turn. So, let's take a look then. I can have the 1st Infantry Division move this way, so they'll move here. We see that unit taken care of. We'll move along this way. I'd like to have a core center over here to the north. Now, I do not know if there's a unit in here. There could be, but I'm not too sure on that. So we do take this now, which is useful. I do have these divisions here. I've got to move them as a core. Or at least keep them somewhat close together for it to make sense. So Shift-Z... yes, there we go. So I'm going to save it. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I'm going to save it again here. I do need to go ahead and actually try to concentrate the super heavy artillery and the heavy artillery in the northern core as well, in a northern core or a northern force at any rate. And the reason being so I can actually have enough fortification break-in assets to break through over here to Leningrad. He will be fortified now. He doesn't have much in the way of fortification, so that's why we need to move fast. That base is so tricky. I've been there before and made mistakes with that base there, so let's try not to make them again. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so we have 12 mobility here, 12 movement points, 13 here. I want to move up this way. I'd like to have a core move up towards Talonnin. I'd like to have a core move in and take these ports. The reason being, I believe we need at least that port. I'm not too sure if I need that port as well. I did need that port. I may need this port as well to actually allow us to make use of Riga as an actual port. Which is going to be quite important. Now, if I take a look at where their supply came from. Supply source city. I think now, where's this actually coming from? Right. Hey, didn't I, Grim? Oh no, we're playing against an AI here. I do like it says there for horses. It's nice that they actually gave you that. Range to rail. So it looks like they're actually drawing supply. Supply source is the Panzer Corps. Where did the Panzer Corps draw its supply from? I imagine from the rail line. Oh, we have von Manstein here. That's cool. Supply source is Mamel. Which is obviously down here. Yeah, so they're drawing it there. Yeah, so over here then. It's on the rails, it's also ports. You can see there, supply source for 18th, 4th Panzer Army, a number of different forces over here. A number of infantry divisions here as well. Whoops. Thank God I can go back. I do that sometimes. Riga's not actually supplying anywhere at this moment in time. So I would like to actually take these ports over here to make sure I could actually use Riga as a supply source. That'd be really quite nice. It would be quite good. Certainly would help us out. So I do have a number of units here then, so I'm going to have them move this way. I want to move up towards the actual ports. Try and take as much territory as possible. The reason being... it just makes it easy when we do actually move up through here too. Actually, what I could do there... There we go, that's about right. Yeah, so we'll go for that. I'm going to continue to move north. Well, we can. But at least we do have a couple of divisions I could march on a little bit further ahead here as well. Having these units out in front, the infantry moving out in front, certainly does help us to actually capture additional terrain. It just makes it easier, movement point-wise. Right. So it might simply be that I'd take these... Okay, yeah, for example, the 21st Infantry Division can march quite some distance. Have you moved there? Yeah, you can see the swamps do cause problems. So you can move up that way. So what I'd be better off doing then is actually having you... well, actually, I'll move you first. Though, saying that, I do have these units over here in the rear. But I think I'll probably keep them closer to the actual rail line, keep them supplied before we do move them up. If they're not taking any new ground, if they're not combating any unit, I don't want to have them just move up necessarily into these like positions like this, because they're not gaining me anything. So I'd rather have them keep somewhat closer to supply lines, keep their supplies, keep them somewhat just able to actually fight. That's what I want there. The ability to fight. Right. So we have here then, this is rough. So what I could do then is move to this position here. Yeah, that swamp is just absolutely god-awful. Go with that, it's not ideal. Oh, is that your unit as well then? Okay. Right. Yeah, and I'm going to keep the 18th Army in this area here. Welcome to the Baltics and Northern Russian swamps, forests, swamps, and forests. Indeed. Yeah, so you can see that we can actually move. I can actually move around that defensive line, which shows you how well thought out that is. But then again, they aren't exactly counting on panzers being able to move such distances, I can imagine. But I'm quite happy to have this amount of fuel here. Like, for example, I could move almost to Talon in. Obviously, I'm not going to move to Talon in. But it shows you the capability that we have here, which is nice. So I can't go much further than that. Right. But then this is it, isn't it? I'm going to keep the infantry moving. The infantry can deal with it, I suppose. I need to have the infantry concentrated for like a push. I'm probably going to find it easy. This swamp doesn't help me out. I'm going to sort of choose a path to advance upon. There's the clear terrain down here, but I've got to move beyond this. But that's 16 farming territory, so I might as well move up to this area here. Okay. Well, let's satisfy at least one criteria there. It does actually allow me to take a town over here, which is another hex for us. There's a little bit of fuel, a little bit of supply there. So it's not all that bad, I guess. Right. And just move as far as you can, I guess. Okay. Right, so I do have the rails being worked on over here. I don't know if that's particularly any better. We'll see. Yeah, that's the intended option anyway, Piskov. So we have the 16th. We'll go ahead and move to 16th Fountain Mode. It's going to be quick save. Quick maps. Okay. Can't believe I said quick maps. It's so cringe. Sometimes I say things, I'm like, why did I just say that? Right, I could actually go ahead and assign some of these divisions out to these cores here. They are in the north, I might as well make use of them. L core. I need to fill the cores of one at a time, really. So that's a full core. You could do with one more division there. So XXVI. We'll sign them out. It's 2 admin points, it seems. I was hoping it might have been free, but I guess not. Right, there we go. Fill the cores up, and then we might end up with cores that are actually available to take additional units. As we actually have it. It's just got to just essentially rationalize the order of battle there. Like, for example, L core there. Could do with, like, another 2 divisions, really. So let's assign you to L core first. So there we go. L core. I mean, this will give me, like, a free core to work with, which is nice there. And that is going to be quite important elsewhere. Like, for example, that'd be quite useful in... possibly AGS. We'll see. I could even potentially use it to specialize what I do have made available for a certain location. In terms of, like, support equipment, etc. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have, like, a core head north, more than likely. I do have some additional forces here now, so that makes it even easier. So I do have this core over here that I can actually use for whatever purpose I see fit, so I'll have to bear that in mind. So I do have 16th. I'm going to have 16th move up this way. Actually, they could move pretty damn far there. That is really quite tempting. I may go for that due to the fact that it actually does allow me to take just that bit more there, really. But saying that, I don't think it's worthwhile to have her moved outside their command. It would cause me a lot of problems, really. And we'll start with the rear, move up like that. That's an important location to be taken there. Yeah, so I only have like 2 divisions attached to this. There's only 2 divisions attached to this. It's kind of silly the way we have things on. It's like, yeah, 6 there. Sorry, 3 divisions attached to that one. Yeah, it's something like that. I'm pretty terrible with Roman numerals myself. It's something I should really look into in the future, just because it'd be useful to know. But welcome, by the way, Ove Cato Borsheim. Good to have you. Okay. I might as well just have them moved across here. Focus on this area here where the clear terrain is. Move there to cut that rail line. Looks like there was some sort of unit in there as well, maybe a headquarters or an airfield perhaps. Okay, save there. Yeah. And this is it, we do have an extra army to work with, so we can concentrate with the army, the 18th army, concentrate somewhat with the 16th, whereas earlier, well, had we not, we would have to spread out a little bit more out here. Yes, if I take a look over here, for example, I do have Totenkopf. Totenkopf. They can move out a pretty significant distance. Yeah. So we need to have an imaginary line here to dictate which is AGN, which is AGC, which is AGS lines. Well, theatre of operation, zone of operation, I can't remember what the word would be actually. And so we could also shift on here to the north. We know there's 2 divisions here likely. I may have them a little bit further south then to deal with the city of Polotsk. Polotsk. Saying that, we'll have a core deployed to this area then. I could even, in fact, just shift them further south, really. I suppose this is it. They are attached to AGN, but they can still help out AGS. Sorry, AGC. Yeah, let's have a core look after this area. I do have security forces here to help out as well, which is useful. Okay. And the good news is I do have rails here, so, well, the rails are moving towards this area now. So that's good, it keeps them at a closer supply, which is useful for us, as you can imagine. Yeah, to put pressure upon this way is useful. Very, very useful. Hmm. Hey, Henry, good to have you, my friend. Well, the last time I heard anything about the release date was 2020, but that was obviously before all the, like, ridiculousness, so I'm not too sure, actually. It could be... I'm hoping it's 2020. Like, personally, I'd like to be able to play the game this year as well, so I'm not too sure. I don't have any additional information, sadly. What I want to do here, I could move to this clear terrain here. If I do that, put a little bit more pressure on this northern area here. If I move here, that's such an important centre there. I could move across the river. I'm better off moving across the river there. But at least I'm actually across. Makes it easy to operate, really. Now, if I knew anything, I'd let you know. Unless I wasn't allowed to let you know. But there's nothing that I know that I'm not allowed to let you know. So, you know. You know. How you doing, Pedge? Good to have you, my man. Not too much. We're just dealing with the north here at this moment in time, which is looking pretty good so far. Yeah, exactly, very good. How you doing there, Tin? Good to have you, my friend. I wouldn't mind checking out, just to make sure it is clear, but it should be clear. And if it's not clear, then they're more or less doomed anyhow. Right. Is it Shift K? Yeah, Shift K. So satisfying the garrison required over here, which is good. Yeah, I mean, this is it. We do have 18th, we have 16th. 9th is going to help to push on this position here, which does take some pressure off the Panzer group over here to the north, and sorry, over here in the centre, as they push down here. We're looking pretty damn good. We are going to be able to push on here. We might be able to break beyond it. I'd love to be able to turn around and actually pocket these units. That would be quite valuable. That would be highly valuable to us, really. We'll have to try and manage that. In the near future, he will win. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm hoping that the challenge will actually be significantly larger in one of these two as well. That should be fun. I'll be better off going like over here. And yeah, AI is about as competent as you can imagine, or expect really, so it's better than the AI I can make. I'll have a security unit put on top of them to make sure they are safe. Right, there we go. They found they could actually move back a little bit. Or not. Quite fortunate to actually be able to satisfy those requirements there, really. Somewhat surprising. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do here then... Position you there. Oops. Okay, so we have that there. Shift K, so we're looking good on garrison. Good, good. There's no other real cities I've taken any time. Is that still technically connected? Wow. That's crazy. I'm going to have to address that. I can't believe I have such tenuous connection there. I might go ahead and actually send that. No, I can't send that security unit. I didn't notice that. It's not too bad. It's a division and a artillery brigade. Oh, I still have a division there. Oh yeah, I've still got these guys here, okay. not going to push on further. Okay. Right, so it's looking good. And we're pushing now in... Well, we're pushing through the Baltics. I would like to very much move towards Talon in next turn. Yeah. But that's it. The issue is we are getting deeper into the interior lines of the Soviets, so it does make it somewhat harder to try and, like, outdo them by taking rail hubs. But taking every rail hub certainly does help. It makes it harder, makes everything take longer.